I want to speak to you this morning on this thought. Listen, God is speaking. Listen, God is speaking. You may be seated, and may the Lord bless the preaching of His holy, inerrant, infallible Word. One of the first things we learn in the Bible is that God speaks. He is the God who communicates. He is the God who talks. In Genesis chapter 1 and verse 3, God says, "Let there be light." And so we learn very early on in the Bible that God is not silent. He speaks. He communicates. He talks to us. The question is this morning, how does God speak to us? How does He speak? Well, Psalm 19 describes how God communicates, how He speaks to us. And the first half of Psalm 19 teaches us that God speaks, first of all, through nature. The heavens reveal, the heavens declare God's glory. And this is what we call general revelation. That God reveals His power, He reveals His greatness through nature to all people everywhere. There is not a person on this planet who has not seen God's power and God's greatness through the nature that God has created. That is what we call general revelation. The second half of Psalm 19 tells us that God speaks through His Word, the Holy Scriptures. This is what we call special revelation. That God speaks to anyone who picks up and reads the words of this blessed book. And so we can say that God speaks to us through the skies. And we can also say that God speaks to us through the Scriptures. And really the message of Psalm 19 is that the glory of God that is displayed in the heavens points us to the grace of God that is displayed in His Word. My dear friend, we are so